Yeah, hello people, welcome back. I am Big Side Vlogs. So, thank you for coming back to this channel. So, this is take 2 of Danny Tomo. Yes, he's down on Dover on the dockside with a team helping out. This one doesn't end very well. He's escorted off by the police. Anyway, without further ado, if you want to support my channel, Big Side Vlogs, you can either click up here, you can click down here and subscribe and like, which is free, or you can click a bit further down below with a super thanks. Without further ado, I am Big Side Vlogs, and he's Daddy Tomo.
Go round, go all the way round. All right, no, here. Right, Bill, take that. Can we do it? No, leave it, let's go. Yeah, Tommy, come on. Let's go. Good morning. Can you hear me? Bill? Make sure they can hear me, Bill. Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are we? How we doing? Morning. A few of you this morning, wait, expecting many? No comment. Okay. Okay. Go on, Bill. Over you get. Good morning. Can you confirm that the audio is okay? I learnt my lesson from yesterday, and I brought a mic. Bill? Yep, got it. Make sure they can hear me properly. Okay, good morning. So, we're back in Dover. Pressure needs to be continued. They're obviously very aware of everything because the presence they've got on the front gate. Why are we back in Dover? Well, the pressure needs to continue to be applied. That really is one of the most important things that we can do. There's not much we can do at the moment in terms of, well, we need the boat. So we're here to look at some boats, some very high-tech boats, some really decent, good boats. So that's one of the reasons we're here. But one of the other reasons is obviously we're here to basically document. So until we get the boat, we're sort of limited to where we can go. But the security has obviously been ramped up massively here. What we're going to do is we're just going to find a way. Obviously, this is a civil matter. This is trespass for a civil matter. Obviously, being the other day, I know exactly what we can and can't do. So, Tommy, let's just find a way of getting over there first. Right. I think this is us. If I fall on my ass, don't laugh. All right. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. Stop us. Come on. Just be careful when you come down, Bill. Quite a drop. Audio still good? Hope so. Oh. Right, so back. Yeah, Bill. I think I've said your name about 15 times already in the last 2 minutes. Okay. They're trying their hardest to stop people from seeing what's really going on. And what is really going on is, we don't want to damage anything because that'd be criminal damage. Police are here. Police are here? Yeah. Okay. Let's get over quickly. Can you hear me? Hear me? Is it back? I think I turned the mic off when I jumped the fence. Cool. Okay. So, where I was yesterday, the invasion point of our country. As you can see here, this boat is getting prepared to go and pick up third world invading men. It's really important that people understand how detrimental to our country it is what is happening from here. When I was here the other day, the reason I'm back here is because, like I keep saying on videos to people, is the problem we have is that you see it through a lens. You see it through, actually, it's still all good, yeah? See it, yeah? You see it through a lens, you see it through your camera, you see it through your laptop. But what I felt the other day, what I saw, I mean, I got told off my own mum. She said, "Stop swearing. Why are you swearing so much?" And it's just the passion and the anger, because the severity of what we're seeing coming through this port here, through this place here, is just unacceptable. As English and British citizens, we should never allow this to happen, because this will. Look at the size of the boat. Show them. Zoom in on it, Bill. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that boat. That wasn't there the other day. This was probably used. Yeah. So we've been tracking. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Travelled into London, and we got down here very, very early, expecting. Now, the sea seems quite calm, and they are going to be coming in. So we've bought battery packs. We've bought an ability to stay. We're going to wait it out. I'm aware the police are here. Okay, but this is trespass. This is a civil matter. And to be honest, I couldn't give two hoots about what they say, because if you don't understand how, like, we talk about it, like, we really need to start taking some action. Now, one of the things that I really think that needs to happen is people need to start also coming down to Dover. You need to show, not just on your phone, not just on Twitter, not just on Facebook, but actually coming down and showing them how angry we are. And I'm not talking about committing any violence or criminal damage, because that gets us nowhere. But what I tell you what it does, presents, they're panicking. Look at them panicking like mad. They're surrounding the place. And I'm one guy that turned up. Today I've turned up with a few of the lads. I don't want to turn up with too many lads. I don't want to be intimidating. But moving forward, if they're going to panic like this, for me, little old me, imagine what they would do with 2,000-3,000 people surrounding this place, when we know that there's thousands of fighting age men from countries like Somalia. Let's talk about Somalia. Age of consent is 11 in Somalia. Who runs the country of Somalia? What kind of people run the country? Well, let me tell you who runs the country: terrorist organizations. So most individuals who want to, because there's no money in Somalia, there's no ability to go and get a normal job in some respects. So what they do is they become part of terrorist organizations, and then they commit atrocities on women, children, communities. And then when they know that they're being looked at potentially by the authorities, they run. And where do you think they run to? They run to here. And then we welcome them and we put them in 5-star hotels, and then they're walking around your women and children. Now let's go to Afghanistan. How many people under the have been murdered and raped by those from Afghanistan in recent months? You all know the names. You all know the stories. So how long and how much more talking needs to be done until people realise you have to do something? You cannot let this go on. And for those that say, well, you know, let's hope for Rupert Lowe, let's hope for Nigel Farage. 3 years down the line, it could be your daughter that's already been raped or been murdered. So that's where I hope I don't get arrested, because we really want to look at these boats, the boats that we're looking at. So originally we wanted a rib. That's what we were looking at originally. Once I spoke to the guy that's going to be basically skippering this, whatever vessel it is we get, said, Dan, let me tell you something very clear. When you get out in that ocean there, you want to do what you want to do, you can't have a flimsy rib, because it won't work. So we looked at other options. Then we went down, and you probably saw the video of me. I was down at the harbour. I managed to speak to a couple of people who had a boat for sale. It was I think it's called a catamaran, I think it was called. I said, great, that's powerful. He said, Dan, it's not ideal for what you're trying to do. You need something very fast. You need something maneuverable in the ocean and something that can cope with the English Channel, one of the most dangerous stretches of ocean. So today we're looking at, we need about between 30 to 40,000 pounds for the right boat. Now, I want to answer some questions and concerns that I've seen a couple, not many, but I want to make this very clear. When it comes to people saying they're going to confiscate the boat, as soon as you put it in the water, they're going to confiscate it. Do you think we're going to come down to Dover and put it in the water here? You think we're going to start publicising that we're in the water? There are hundreds and hundreds of boats in that stretch of ocean every single day. We do this correctly. We do it stealthily. We do it professionally. They will not find us, and we will do what we need to do. I'm not going to publicise too much what it is that our plan is, because that would be quite silly. But those that have this negativity towards what we're doing, I would ask you one question. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because at the moment, I would rather be sat with my children, having a nice bit of food on a bank holiday Monday. But I felt after what I saw the other day, I have nightmares about it. I have complete nightmares about it. So we're here to look at boats. We're here to document this. For many of you that would have seen, I was here the other day for quite a long period of time. They've ramped it right up. But it just shows that even with the most ramped up security measures that they have, within 30 seconds, we're back where we were the other day. So it just takes people, it doesn't take people, it takes British and English lads with a set of bollocks to do what I've done today, and to do this because, listen, let me make it very, very clear to you. When we hit the summer, when we hit those summer months, and we're talking like a month from now, when the weather is 25 degrees and there's no breeze. I mean, to be honest, there's no breeze at all today, and we're expecting boats to be coming any minute now. But the thing is, it's going to get so much worse. I think the highlight that will happen when I went to France in November, and we highlighted this, that is in the height of winter. Now, in winter, the boats hardly come. They hardly come, but they still come. But then you look at the summer months, you're talking every single day, hundreds and hundreds of third world men from countries that are barbaric to women and children, that do not align with Western values, but basically will never. Do you think those men are going to come into this country and suddenly their whole mindset of their third world country is going to suddenly be westernized? It's for the birds, and we're putting ourselves in a suicide situation. So I am relentless with this, absolutely relentless, and I won't stop being relentless with it. But what I'm going to ask is that very, very soon, people need to understand that this dock right here, every single migrant that has abused, sexually assaulted, murdered, has all come from that docking station there. That's it. There was one time where this was closed and they started bringing them into Ramsgate. But this is it. This is ground zero. And there's no pushback here at all. Why? Why are people not here? Day in, day out, coming up. I understand in the winter, most of the time, there's not much going on. There's a boat coming here and there, but they were still coming. In a month's time, this place will be operational 24 hours a day, and they'll have it 24 hours a day staff. There'll be boat after boat after boat. You see that big boat there? Yeah, that can carry 70 men. 70 men can sit on that boat. Now, let me talk to you about the money and why I believe that this is such a big, big money earner for everyone involved, and why this doesn't happen. This facility is open 24 hours a day. Even though the migrants don't come in every day, it's open 24 hours a day. This facility and what's inside it, and the cost for all of these boats, all of these members of staff, all the equipment, all the boats that go out every single day, it's in the millions. And that's just one aspect of it. Now let's talk about how much you think it costs to get people on those boats. Well, I published some information the other day, and it wasn't information, it was actually videos of traffickers sat in the back of lorries showing the huge amount of these boats that they have. And I'm talking hundreds of flat packed huge dinghies like that on their way to France. The next video that I shared was the traffickers showing the amount it cost to get on that boat. So those boats are £3,500 to buy for the traffickers. So you've got two types of different traffickers. You've got the traffickers that traffic in the boats and facilitate the boats coming in, and then you've got the traffickers that are that actually buy the boats from them, and then what they do is they charge individual migrants to get on that boat. It costs, from the last report, it costs £1,300 to have a seat on that boat. Let's take the number. So 70 times £1,300. Now my maths isn't great, but I know that's somewhere close to £100,000. £100,000 for one boat. So let's put it this way: if 5 boats land on the shores of the United Kingdom, like they have and they will every day in very, very soon, you're talking nearly £500,000 in a day for these traffickers. And you don't think they're giving backhanders to the NGOs? You imagine an NGO that's on £15, £20 an hour, and you got a guy who walks up to him and goes, "You work with us, and yeah, it's €2,000-3,000. The whole thing is a conspiracy to destabilize our nation, and it comes down to 2 to 3 factors. Factor number 1, money. Everyone's making money from these guys who run this, from the boats, from the traffickers, from the NGOs, to the British government, to the French government, who are making money. Everyone's making money. And what's happening? Our country is being shaped into something that is completely alien to us, and it's only going to get worse. And for those that are watching this going, what's he on about? Well, just wait, because you might not have a migrant hotel near you at the moment. You might not have an HMO by you at the moment. But let me tell you now, it's coming. It will come to and it is in every cornerstone in every part of our country. And people really need to understand how serious this is. I know that I'm stood here with a little stupid mic talking on a phone, but the realities of this is the biggest and most dangerous thing to happen to our country since World War II. It's that simple. Remember what our grandfathers did for us, based on the fact that we weren't invaded in the 1940s. We weren't invaded. The Germans weren't in this country. And what happened? Our grandfathers said goodbye to our nans, got on landing crafts, and went to the Normandy beaches. And there was no invasion. They were preventing the invasion. Well, what we have here is the invasion is happening to our country. They're here now. And it's only going to get worse. The other day, I had categoric proof that ISIS members have been seen on the boats. Armed police. I'm only equipped with a mic. I'm not equipped with a gun.
Please have 4 more, please. No, there's no police there up front.
Yeah, they will do. So the point I'm trying to get across is, I know it's not in your face every day when you wake up and you give your kids breakfast, and you get ready to take them to school, and you go to work, and you come home, you have dinner. I know it's not in your mind all the time, but it is in mine. And the reason I say that is because I see it. I see the future, and I see how dangerous it is. Okay, now I said something at Speaker's Corner yesterday, and I want to make this point again. The biggest mass immigration into this country is not actually through here. It's actually through the front door. What happens is huge amounts of those from India, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from all these countries, they come in through the front door. They get work visas, they get student visas, yeah, and they come in through the front door, and that's it. What they do is they then go to a dodgy lawyer and they say, "What do I need to say when they're going to try and send me home? What do I say? Say you're being persecuted. Say this is happening. Say that's happening, and then you'll be able to stay." That's the biggest mass immigration into this country, and that has to stop. And those that are not shouldn't be here need to be sent home. But the difference is, and let me tell you the difference between that and this. This is the most dangerous form of illegal immigration. Now, I'll tell you why. Because when the Bangladeshis and the Pakistanis and the Indians are coming through the front door, they have visas, they have passports, they have ID. So in turn, we sort of know who they are. We sort of guaranteed to know that potentially their passport is exactly who they're saying they are. so we can background check them. When you get a visa, you're background checked, so we know who they are. With this, we are allowing hundreds of thousands of men from countries that are so backwards, so far from our reality, so dangerous for our girls, so dangerous for our women, and also so dangerous for us as men, that is a massive problem. And the left in this country and the government just don't see it, or they do see it and they don't care. You cannot allow hundreds and hundreds of men on a daily basis who have no passports, no ID, no criminal checks, to just walk in the front door of our country and within a few days' time be walking around your daughters, your mothers, your sisters. So that is the biggest issue here. When people say, well, it's not the biggest immigration. No, you're right. But this is the most dangerous form of immigration. And if I had evidence to suggest that in some respects somewhere there was someone trying to prevent this, then I would be like, well, at least they're trying. But they're not on any level. It's a facilitation. They're working in cahoots with each other to make sure as many as possible can come. The French are not doing anything. I've been to France, you know I have. I've seen it firsthand. They stand on the beaches and they just watch them. They watch them walk with the boats straight to the ocean. They watch all of them walk from the camp straight onto the beach, and they get on the boats. No attempt to stop them at all. Now, what happens when they get into the ocean? What really should happen is when they get to the halfway point where our weak border force, our weak government, pick them up in the channel, they should be taking them to where they just came from. Put them on the boat, but take them back to France into a harbour like this and give them back to France. Why are they being brought to us? Well, the HMO. Listen, take them back to France. It's very simple. Oh, sorry guys, but these people have not been processed in our country. They're your problem. Take them back to a port in your country. It's literally that simple, but they're not. And then when they get here, there is no attempt whatsoever to prevent it from carrying on. When I talk about the drones, we paid $1 billion. Research it. Put into Google, British government buys drones for migrant crisis. You'll see a report will come up, I think from the Times newspaper, that says that £1 billion. Now think of that number, £1 billion. Think of what could have been done around our country with £1 billion. £1 billion was spent on drone systems, like in Afghanistan and in Iraq, where they go, these big drone systems that fly up in the air, and they sit up there and they just sit still and they just watch. That we have that ability. So when I interviewed the guy that used to work here, when I interviewed him, he said, Dan, Border Force have apps on their phone, right? They have apps on their phone that watch the migrants leaving the camps, and then they watch them go through this town centre onto the beach, and then they watch them. They said, do you know what they're doing that for? I said, what? Do they speak to their French counterparts? Do they tell the French, oh, guess what, guys? Hey, monsieur, you have a lot of migrants coming to... No. Do you know what they do? They use it as an ability to prepare themselves for how many are coming. They spent £1 billion of our taxpayers' money that they said they were going to use to prevent the migrants from crossing. They use it to make sure they know how much material to get out to process the ones that are coming. We're being absolutely shafted on every single level. And I need you to understand how important it is that people do something about it. I know on the 16th of May, it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a few big days. But it can't just be what we're doing on the 16th of May, even though that will be the biggest patriotic pushback that this country has ever seen. And I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, that is true. Does that mean that we're going to commit violence against people? No. Does it mean we're going to attack police officers? Absolutely not. Does it mean we're going to commit criminal damage? What, in our own country, in our beautiful London city? No. What it means is taking a stand. People probably wonder what I mean by that. And on the 16th of May, you're going to see exactly what I mean by that. But when I say it can't just be about about May, people need to understand this here is in England. This is Dover. This is not 150,000 miles away from your home. This is up the road. This is up the road from most people. We should have people outside here every day, because listen, I've sat in the car this morning at 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, then we go and went for breakfast, and we sat and we analysed the maritime tracking apps. We looked at the cameras over in France. We tracked everything. It's easily, and all the weather systems. So the first thing we do is you go online, what's the swells like? What's the wave? Because this is what the traffickers do. They go on these apps, they like, okay, the waves are low, the swells are low, the wind is low, the conditions are great, the sun's out, it's perfect, yeah? So when that happens, there needs to be a quick action response to that. Imagine putting 5,000 men outside there and not letting those coaches leave. Literally not letting those coaches leave. They would stop them they'd stop bringing them. And then if they move them to somewhere else, then we go there. We've got to remember who we are. We've got to remember what our grandfathers did. We've been too digitalized to sit behind our PCs, but sit behind our cameras and think, well, what can we do? Well, the only thing we haven't done and haven't tried is to actually stand up and do something about it. That's important. And it's the least that we can do for our grandfathers. Do you remember that old guy, the veteran that went on the morning's program, and he said, the sacrifice that we took on those days were not worth the result that we have today? Did that not send a shiver down every man in this country's spine? Because it sent a shiver down my spine. And I felt that, you know, our grandfathers, if we could have them stood with us, they'd be going, hold on a minute, lads. We've gone over there. Most of us have been shot in the head, blown up by bombs, and no one invaded our country. And we took that sacrifice for the freedoms that we all have today. But yet, you know full well with the digital system where they are, how they're coming in, when they're coming in, and no one's here. That is a problem. People need to wake up. If you can go on a Saturday and a Sunday to a football match and you can have 30,000 lads all screaming for your football team, yeah, why can't you do that for your families? Why can't you stick up for them? Why can't you come down here and show them that we're not going to allow this to happen? I'll tell you one thing. The reason this is happening is not purely because of the government. The reason this is happening is not just because of the government. This is happening because we've allowed it to happen. And we continue to allow it to happen. And the reason they continue to do it, the reason it's still going on, is because we're allowing it to happen. And as soon as we stop allowing it to happen, guess what? It won't happen. So that's it. That's my absolute rant. I'm very angry. I'm angry with what I saw. I'm angry that I feel like, what will it take for people to realise what danger we are in? Seriously, what will it take? You're faced with the evidence. You get the evidence every week, day of the week, with what's coming through here. The evidence is they're coming from countries. You know, if they were coming from Poland, a Christian nation, we know what type of individuals would be on those boats. If they're fleeing something from Poland, we know what kind of people they are. But they're not. They're coming from Somalia, Sudan, Eritrea, the most backwards countries on planet Earth. You go onto the government website right now and type in, is it safe for women to travel to Somalia? What do you reckon it says? It says, under no circumstances whatsoever, travel to Somalia. So why are we accepting those men that they're warning us about? Why are we accepting them just to walk in here? It's madness. And it frustrates me. And I look back and I think, why have we become so weak? Why have we become a weak link in this? The only weak link in all of this process is us. So in the next however many days, maybe more days than weeks, I want to push back right here. This is where they're coming in. This is where the invasion is happening. This is where all of these men that have raped and pillaged women and children are coming on from. Think of the girls, the 12-year-old that was gang raped, the woman that was gang raped on Brighton Beach, the little girl that was dragged into the bushes, Wayne that was stabbed 27 times by an Afghan migrant, one by a Somalian migrant. Guys, you've got to wake the hell up. Yeah, you've got to wake up, and you've got to wake up quick. So, what are they saying, Bill? Am I waffling too much?
No. Everyone's having a little listen.
Yeah.
You've got a few lefties in there.
Okay.
They're asking to get banned.
That's my rant. Let me put the phone over here so we can. Oh, look, there's my water from the other day. you get what I'm saying though? Do you understand? We're being replaced with mass immigration, legal, through the front door immigration. Yeah. Yeah, so we're being replaced. I mean, you go to, I mean, it was the other day, I had someone say to me, he said, what is it like in London for the population? You know, and I said, well, it's 33%. How have we allowed London, our ancient capital city, one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world? Yeah, don't listen, leave the lefties, listen to me. Don't worry about them. They will never, ever, ever agree with what we're saying. They'll never see it because they're wrapped up in their middle class, upper class, tough life. They don't see it. It's the working class, the ones that built this country. Trust me, it wasn't the middle class and the upper class that built the roads, that built the houses. You know, we are the backbone of this country. And the lefties, leave them to it. Let them have their say because they make themselves look stupid. I'm not going to swear today because my mum had a right go at me. But F them. Seriously, F them. So yeah, so we're here. We're going to wait. We're going to see. I mean, the conditions are absolutely perfect. So I'm here again. Believe it or not, I've got my sofa with me as well today. Again, it's a little bit cleaner actually. It probably rained a little bit. But we've got the sofa. Yeah, this is what I sat on. This is what I sat on the other day. My legs were hurting so much. I came prepared. But we came prepared today. Battery packed up, mic'd up. Probably don't need the mic too much today, but I was at Speaker's Corner yesterday. I just want to apologise. Anyone that watched my live yesterday at Speaker's Corner, great debates. Had some great debates with some people, and a lot of people couldn't hear what I was saying because I didn't have a mic. But it was a spontaneous thing. It was Easter Sunday yesterday, and one of the things that also people need to understand is as well is that 5 years ago, I didn't see the revival of Christianity in this country the way I see it now. Our church, the lads that are here now, we're all church lads. All these lads are from church. Our church was full, and all I kept doing was just getting sent pictures and pictures of churches completely and utterly full to the brim. And then I think in some parts of East London, so some of the black community went out. Christians from the black community went out. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful to see, because people are realizing that our faith is a huge part of this. This is a spiritual battle as much as it is as a physical battle. So I'm gonna have to take this. I'm a bit hot. Are you a bit hot? You bet you're not cold now, are you? So Billy decided to turn up. I got out of the car at 4 o'clock this morning to pick Billy up. He's got a t-shirt and shorts on. I said, Bill, we're going to battle. What are you doing wearing a t-shirt and shorts? But now I'm the idiot because
I was ready to run.
Yeah. What's he saying? What was police saying to him?
There's about four vehicles out the front. Some of the officers have come round. It's mainly security out the front now.
Yeah.
All the officers have come round the back here.
Oh, they're around the back? Yeah. But it just showed. I mean, they think that a little wire fence is going to stop us from showing you what's happening. They think a little tiny fence is going to stop us. I commando crawled from like 200 meters over there on Wednesday. They think a little fence is going to stop me. So yeah, we're going to be calling for it. We need to take a stand. Okay, everyone, this is a message to everyone that goes on the protests outside the migrant hotels, all the protests outside of the military barracks where these men are being put. I understand your frustration and they're in your communities, but we have no sound. You hear me still? I think you can. Yeah, I might just take this off in a minute. I don't know if it's, but yeah, this is the place that people need to come to. There is sound.
Yeah, he's coming through out of here. Through the live stream. Yeah, Jason's watching.
Oh, he's watching it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so because can you imagine how powerful it would be and what a message it would send if 5,000 British and English men, strong Christian men like our grandfathers, were to turn up here and surround the place and say, not today, sweetheart, not today. And I mean that. I don't mean I need a couple of people to come down here today. That's not what I'm calling for. We've got to do this properly. And the other thing is, we're looking at boats. So when we leave here in a minute, if I don't get arrested, fingers crossed, if I don't get arrested, we're going to look at some very, very high-tech boats. I'm not going to tell you what the plan is, and anyone wants to be negative about it. I've pulled it off so far, pulled it off, and I know what I'm speaking to Navy men who have operated boats for 20 years. I'm talking to men that own companies that rent out boats. Go on, click it. Right, let me just check. 1 second, guys. Let's check time.
Yeah, that's
Do that. Oh, God. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're never going to win. Because the people of this country are stood with us, not with you. On 16th of May, you're going to see that very clearly. Very, very clearly. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there is. I don't know if it's more security than people that actually work here. Can someone do me a favour? Can someone please go on the maritime app and have a look if there's any boats that are heading their way? Because you know, we want to stay if we know the boats are coming. Yeah, the cheeky girl was really good. You're talking about the catamaran boat. Not quick enough. Not quick enough. We need to we need to outrun everyone. If it comes to it, we need to go woof, and we need to be woof. We need to be gone. Unfortunately, even though that is for that type of boat, it's quickish. It's not quick enough. We need 350 yammies on the back, 700 horsepower. Some guy that knows what he's doing, ex-Navy, ex-Special Forces, that can do what we need to do and get us out of here. So that's what we need to do. So I did want to get that boat, but the guys were talking to Danny. From what you're telling me you want to do, that is not the right boat. So we need a very Special Forces looking type boat. This is gonna, because if it goes wrong, we don't want to get caught. Not that, no, nothing. We're not doing anything wrong. Nothing anything illegal. But if it does go that way, we want to be able to get out of there. So, yeah, I wanted to call it Overlord, but unfortunately, you can't change the name of a boat. Apparently, it's very, very unlucky. So the money that was donated was attached to a payment system, and the last time I looked, it was in there. But I don't know now if the money that's been donated would have been refunded. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll find a way. Yeah, people keep saying this. Give, send, go. And people do some research on give, send, go. So I don't want to do another one. Do you think that one would stay up? I don't know. Yes, AY. Morning, bro. You're never gonna give up. You're not. How mad is that? We've gone live and then it's all got like the devil is at work with all of these big companies. The devil is at work. Anyone got any info on any boats? Yeah, well, get your phone out, Bill.
Yeah, I can check that.
Put this on here. I got told, like, said, will you get a mic? Because most of the time when you walk away from the camera, no one can hear you. So I came prepared.
All right.
What's he saying?
What's just saying loads of security at the front at the moment. They're like gathering.
Yeah, it needs mine. Here we go. Let's check. Let's check. Honestly, cannot believe they're taking it down. Now I've got a fucking job. I'll put that everywhere. Like I said, if anyone's got a boat that they think suitable, like with like proper boat, don't need any money. Just give us the boat. Right. Just checking this app which tells you, obviously we're not in Africa, so I will check that, but no, we're definitely not in Africa, are we? So right, if I take away all the bullshit, are the police still outside or not?
Yeah, the police are still there. We've got I think there's 4 vehicles out front.
Nice.
But the officers have come round the back.
Okay. They can't get over, that's why they fortified it so much, because they're not, they're probably 45-year-olds that don't do any fitness. Fishing boats, get rid of that. Pleasure boats, get rid of that. Navigation, get rid of that. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
So that'll be a beautiful day, though.
I know. This is what makes me think they're coming.
Yeah.
I mean, what other? There's no wind, literally no wind. So what we think's potentially happened is with today, while they haven't come this morning, is can't use jet skis. We can't all turn up on jet skis. Even jet skis aren't quick enough. They're not quick enough. We should be out now. I shouldn't be here. I should be out there. Legally, lawfully. If the money that's been donated has been refunded or not. It's a bloody nightmare. Like I said, anyone wants to donate a decent boat that's going to do what we need to do, then we can just stop all this. It's got to be someone that's got a bit of money, wants to donate a boat. But it's got to be a fast boat. It needs a fast boat. Right, Bill, you take that. Yeah. I'll do the same again. We'll get over the top.
Yeah.
And I'll take the phone. Tom, you might as well just go like that over there, yeah? I know. Right, okay. Tell you what, let's be practical about this.
Go against the wall,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Right, Bill. If I fall, make sure you move the camera. Cheers, Bill. Right. Come on, Bill, your turn. Out you out if you need it.
I'm all right, mate.
Back. Look at him. Go on. Bill. Jesus. We made it. Right, we won't put matey ball on camera.
Sawdust.
Oh mate, that's gone straight in there.
Right,
Right, Tom, are you gonna be alright, yeah?
You want me to pull you up, Tom?
Right, go straight to sand. Oh no!
No.
That is deep sand. Oh shit. Oh shit. Right, let's just wait for everyone. We never leave a man behind. Get a real job. Got a real job, mate. Make more than it. It's bank holiday, you sausage. The lefties. Right, so a little sneak. Yeah, go on. Police are. Oh, there we go. Nah, go on, I've got it.
I lost looking for our fish.
Joey, where are you? Joey! Bloody dog. Joey! You see the dog? Oh, I'm getting nicked. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, God. Joey! Just looking for a dog. Here they come, look. There they come. They got a ladder. This is where it gets fun. So, Joey! Just looking for a dog. Lost a dog. Hello. Oh God, am I being arrested? Okay, hold on. Well, because give the camera to them. One second.
You're under arrest for breaching bylaw 45.
Why? Hold on. Okay, one second. Okay. Turn it off. Just turn it off. Let me just turn it off.
Wait to question.
Let me turn it off. Let me turn it off. Mate, you don't need to hold it like that. Why are you putting the car on your phone? Give me the phone. Mate, why are you doing like that for? I am relaxed. Doing it like that. Why are you doing it like that? Why are you doing it? Handcuffs on. Stop being stupid. Don't be stupid, guys. Guys, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. You do it carefully. You need to be nice. Why are you hurting her? What's the point?